Tune in, it's time for Comedy G. Bringing stars and stories, it's where you wanna be. From celebs to entrepreneurs, she's got the scoop. Community and entertainment, she's in the loop. Every smile a burst of velvet light. Through the screen she shines so bright. With the laughs and tales that weave tonight.
Well, welcome to another episode of SKST Radio, the Grayson Show. And man, I am telling you, this has been an exciting day. And it's still going. I got my girl, T-Quest, on the line. T-Quest, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. I love that pink microphone foam. I want one of those. I need one of those.
Absolutely. It was like a whole pack of every color. I'm like, no. I just need the pink one.
Oh my gosh. I absolutely love it. Now, see, if I got that, everything would be pink.
Absolutely.
Oh, everything is pink.
Pink.
So this is the thing with you. We mirror. Mm-hmm. And so it seems like we like the same things. And I just feel like I resonate with you already. And I'm so excited. So tell people who you are and what you do.
Oh my God, where to start? No.
Start from the beginning.
Okay. Well, I go by the name T-Quest. I always start with like my top 5 because it makes it easier. I am a recording artist, a voiceover specialist, a graphics designer, a radio personality, and a journalist. That's my main 5. And then, of course, so many other things, but they'll get to know more of that during the interview.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you are like multi-talented. And I just love that about you. I love that you have that great personality, that good spirit. And it's just fun. It's just absolutely fun. Mm-hmm. So are you like me? Then this is the thing. I don't like being around negative people.
Oh, no.
That bring my buzz down. I don't like being around negative people.
I can't. Like, I can't. I have a prescription subscribed. Like, if you're negative, like, you can't be around my energy because we don't mix well. We don't mix.
I don't need you in my bubble, right?
Exactly.
So you don't need that negative energy in your bubble. See, we got that in common. I knew that. I hadn't even talked to you about that, but I knew that.
See?
Because that's the way I am. It's kind of like, you want to be positive, but then I think about a whole bunch of stuff too, though. I'm always thinking. Do you ever sleep?
I do. In the beginning of my career, no. Because back then I was just winging it because I didn't really have anybody around me that did what I did. So I'm just winging things. When they said you sleep when you dead, like I literally took that on and barely slept to the point I ended up getting sick. And then I'm like, no, I gotta focus on me because there's something about this scenario that's not right.
Yeah.
But I sleep now, very well rested.
Yeah. Wow. So now do you still work a real job and do your things on the side or that's what I do?
I know, I understand. I am 100% an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
I love it. Absolutely love it. So I mean, it kind of keeps you going, right?
You technically you have no choice because usually the 9 to 5 is the crutch. And since I don't have it, I have no choice but to be on top of everything I do at all times.
I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm going to grow up and be like you. That's what I want to do in my near future. Yeah. And so, but anyway, come on, let's talk about you. What do you got going on in your world?
Oh my God. It's so much going on. I'm always in revamping mode. Every time people hit me up, hey, what's new with you? I'm like, I'm constantly always revamping. Why? Because everything I do is mainly virtual. A lot of my clients I meet through social media or word of mouth. So we're always on the phone or exchange things through computers. And technology is forever changing, which means I'm always in learning mode. I'm always researching. I'm always elevating, trying to keep up with technology, trying to keep up with what's going on in the music industry, in the social media world, being a content creator. So it's always something going on.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So what do you like doing best though? What's your favorite?
Well, even though being a music artist will always be special to me because that was always number one,
Hmm.
I enjoy using my voice the most, whether
Like the
as a
voiceovers?
voiceover actress or
Yeah,
as a radio personality.
yeah, I like that
You
too.
know? Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm a rare breed. And I just love talking to people and just getting to know them in a way that most people don't. A
Yeah.
lot of people, what they do, what we do, but they don't do it how we do it. A
Right.
lot of people are
Right.
surface level. And I'm like, no, like I genuinely want to know what's going on in your life. I genuinely want to know the silent cry behind your grind and the true passion. Because at the end of the day, you can see stuff on social media, but behind closed doors, like we are all human, which means we're always going through something.
Hmm.
But we have to push forward when we press play or we press record, you can turn those lights on. So I want to know the story and how you do what you do every day.
Wow, that's amazing. But it's funny too, though. Do you find yourself when you're talking in general, just talking to someone, do you
Yeah.
find yourself interviewing them, Counter?
It's funny because sometimes the conversation is being so good. I'm like, what? I wish we were live right now. But this would have been a really great show. And that's my mindset because I've been a radio personality for 12 to 13 years. And
Wow.
since I am a walking brand, like I'm always in that mode. So
Right.
sometimes I got to remember this is a normal conversation. It doesn't have to be on air, and just
Right.
let it do what it do.
Yeah, you said something that was interesting. A walking, living brand.
Hmm.
And I never really referred to myself as that.
Hmm.
And because I do full time, I'm marketing. I'm a certified influencer. I do. I mean, like I said, we're mirrored, right? But I
Hmm.
never really considered myself as a walking brand.
Hmm.
Never.
Wow.
And that's amazing because you really are. Because
Yeah.
when you're hearing things, you're thinking your mind is going. It's kind of like,
Hmm.
I taught an AI class last night, and
Yeah.
um, a mutual friend of ours, he just was popping out things, and as he was talking, my mind was just going. It's like,
Hmm.
oh, we do this, we do this, we do this. It's amazing how our brains, I guess, like you said, it's a rare breed, right? How it
Absolutely.
keeps clicking. And
Hmm.
I have another friend who always tell me, why are you thinking about that? Why most people don't think like that. Why are you thinking
Yeah.
about that? Who's worried about that? It's just the way I operate.
Hmm. The
That is
entrepreneur
amazing.
mind never sleeps.
Yeah, no,
Mhm.
not at all. Not at
Yeah.
all. So finish your story.
I want to tap in a little bit as a walking brand. And what I mean by that is everything I do is a reflection of me and my brand.
Mm,
So it's not just me interviewing people, but when I'm being interviewed, I'm representing the whole brand. Even when in conversations with people, I'm representing myself. We can laugh or we can joke, but I still have to make sure I'm mindful of what I say. We see it every day with celebrities in the limelight. They're doing what they're doing. You see them sing, dance, rap, act, but they got to be very mindful of the things that they say because your whole brand could be tarnished in 1.1 second.
absolutely.
So I've
Absolutely.
always lived by that motto. Yes, I would love to kiki and joke all the time, but I'm like, no, is this gonna mess up anything that I have going on? Even when it
Mhm.
comes to posting on social media, some people post some wild things. They're like, well, it's my page, so I should be able to post what I want. In my mind, yes, this would be funny, but is it worth the backlash I may get based off what I post?
Right,
So
right.
everything plays a factor, whether I'm on or off. In my mind, I'm always on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so going back to your social media, your network is your net worth. So
Exactly.
being an entrepreneur, you got to make sure
Mhm.
that you are catering to your clients, right? And so if
Absolutely.
you have one client that did not like, a racist slur
Mhm.
or something that's not right,
Mhm.
you know it. And so why would you post it out there? How
Mhm.
would you feel if a client did that? You would want to back off, right?
It depends. It really depends because technically your personal life is not my business. So
Right.
when it comes to certain clients or potential clients, I don't get that close to them. We're close enough that you feel comfortable enough to let me know what you got going on, what do you need, and how I can help. And we're
Hmm.
close enough for you to feel comfortable if you have any questions that you can ask me without feeling like I'm belittling you or looking at you crazy
Hmm.
because you don't know. Because that's the whole purpose of why you're hiring me to do something for you. But if I see certain things, I may shake my head, I may scroll past. But at the end of the day, if that has nothing to do with what we have going on and it doesn't trickle down into what we have, then
Hmm.
that's your business. And I wish you the best. If that's your mindset, that's on you.
Yeah.
You gotta, take that up with God.
That's funny.
Not me.
But it's weird though, because I did have a friend one time doing dealing with politics,
Mm-hmm.
and he said to me, um, "If you see something on my social media, please don't take it personally."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Because I value your friendship."
Mm-hmm.
And when he said that to me, normally I don't look at stuff like that. I never even thought about it. This guy was someone that I would always go and buy things from.
Mm-hmm.
He just, I would drive miles just to get to him, just because he has good stuff. And he would always keep me posted. And so we became good friends and all this.
Mm-hmm.
But he said that to me. And it meant a lot to me because, every culture has its own ways and quirks and how they, describe things. I know here I've learned a lot about this in Virginia and this
Mm-hmm.
in Texas, that's not a big deal. People don't really do that. But now I know this means something,
Mm-hmm.
or this means something when you're referring to people.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I learned that here in Virginia. And so dealing with this, I never really thought about it. I never
Mm-hmm.
even it just never even phased me. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm learning a lot in this journey. I'm learning a whole lot in this journey,
Absolutely.
and how we have to be um, kind of mutual
Mm-hmm.
when you're doing a business like this. You can't, discriminate in any kind of way. By
Mm-hmm.
me owning a studio, I want all clients to feel
Absolutely.
comfortable when they
Mm-hmm.
come into our studio. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
yeah, and so it's different. So it's good to see and talk to someone who's sort of mirroring and
Mm-hmm.
doing things. So with that being said, what have you found that made you so successful as you are right now?
I think it's the fact that no matter what I've went through, I never allow it to change my character, you know.
Mm,
And my character was really the reason why where I am today, because a lot of people fall in love with my personality, my kind heart, and my loyalty, and that's the bonus on top of the talents that I provide for
mhm,
the people. You know what I mean? And what I've done is when I went through certain things in the beginning of my journey, I didn't allow it to break me, but I
mhm,
broke me to build myself back up. I revamped everything, and I started to learn more of the business. I learned about everyone I had to interact with, learn
mhm.
their business. So I know if I'm being taken advantage of, or this, that, and the third. So I've
Right.
had seasons in my life where I've been a rapper, singer, dancer, actor, comedian, model, photographer, DJ, host. Like I've had all those seasons. So I know whoever I'm working with, what you go through, what you deal with. And I'll
Mhm.
know if you're trying to play me because I've been there. I know what's
Yeah.
up. Okay.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Mhm.
Well, but you have to learn your craft, right? So you have to
Absolutely.
you really can't preach to someone if you don't know what they're really going through. People always say, "Oh, like if your mother died and their mother's still alive.
Mhm.
Oh, I know how you feel." No, you don't
No,
know.
you don't.
You don't. You might have heard of what other people
Mhm.
go through, but no, you don't know because your mother's still there. It's kind of like that, right? With your business,
Absolutely.
until you walk in someone else's shoes, you haven't really walked.
And
And s-
even with that, it shows you like we can be in the same, God forbid, accident, right? But our
mhm,
trauma will be totally different. We can be in the same field, but our experience be totally different. The best example are siblings. They grow up in the same household, but their personalities and how they operate and how they deal with people are totally different. That's why I strive to tell people we are all individuals, and you cannot forget that. Don't be upset with me if I don't agree with something. I don't have to. Don't be upset with me if I don't like what you like. I don't have to. I am an individual.
mhm.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And people
absolutely.
forget that. They forget that. I'm like, why are you mad? Because I don't like that. Like, if you like it, enjoy it. Live your life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Don't put that on me. But that's the main reason why I built my consulting and branding and marketing business, is because when I came in, I didn't know anyone. I
Mhm,
was just,
mhm,
I knew what I wanted to do and I just went out there. So knowing that I didn't know the business side of it, it hindered me in so many ways that then I took a step back, learned the business, and then built a business to help people handle their business.
yeah, and
So I'm like,
and
I
that's how you
know
do it.
that's how you
That's
do it.
exactly
I
how you do
know
it.
what you'll need. I know what you have to go through. I know there's trust issue because a lot of people say they do things, but they can't back it up. And I give people that safe zone. Like, just talk to
Mhm,
me. Where are you? And let me
yeah,
see how I can realistically help you.
yeah. Well, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be
Okay.
back after these
Yeah, yeah.
messages. Well, if you just tuned in, you haven't tuned in too late. You tuned into the Cami Grayson Show, and we were diving deep down in it with T Quest in the house. She
Ew,
is like
ew, ew,
full
ew.
of energy, and she has so much going on. This lady is so blessed. She's just one of those people who you need to know, and she needs to know you. So, T Quest, go ahead and tell people more about you and how they can get in touch with you.
Well, they can get in touch with me on any social media platform. The main ones, the most popular ones, because they come up with new ones all the time. But at TQuestGLM, and you can always download my TQuest mobile app in your Google Play Store and your App Store. So once you follow the main IG, everything else will trickle down because everything's connected.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So,
Mhm.
okay, so let's talk about the happy place. So, what makes you happy?
What makes me happy is the fact that I am in love.
Woo! Tell me more.
Yes, 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 yes. Shout out to my partner in greatness, DJ Il Nino. You know, when you've always wanted it and desired it and you waited patiently, so when it finally arrives, it's like it's about time, right? But yes, I've waited 30 plus years for my person and it was worth the wait. And he is literally my partner in greatness. And it just happened at random. They didn't see this coming. We wasn't looking to be in relationship, but we connected and we builded and we bonded, just having a conversation and listening to a song. Well, it was one of my songs that I released that caught his attention. And the fact that he's a DJ and he bought it instead of asking for it for
Ooh.
free, like most DJs, that definitely caught my attention. And I'm just like, how did you get that? He was like, well, I knew you put it out and I heard it. I liked it, so I bought it. I was like, oh, wow, you're different.
Nice.
But we started talking and conversing and started building together, and we're just like-minded people. We both are like super smart, super nerdy, and he's teaching me things and I'm teaching him things, and eventually we started building businesses together, and it's just been a beautiful journey, and
Yeah,
that's
that's
truly my
amazing.
happy place, my safe place, and he allows me to be in my soft girl era, which is a beautiful thing.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing it. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Girl, let me tell you. So I'm hoping that I get to see you at the conference.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So tell me about your role in Fleet.
Oh, well, here we go. So I've been a part of Fleet for about 8, 9 years now. I came in as a Fleet artist when we used to have the Fleet artist division, and I became a Fleet host. And then, me being the networking queen that I am, I wanted to see what else the organization had to offer. So I joined both publications at the time as a journalist and a writer, and I just trickled down from there. And then when we started the graphics business, I started doing a lot of the graphics for the DJs and the members, as well as me being a voiceover actress, doing a lot of the drops and commercials. So I do a lot of things and Fleet, and I've had many titles. And my current title right now, I am the assistant manager of the R&B division.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh wow. So it's kind of funny though. When you get into Fleet, it's so many people to meet, right?
Mhm.
And it's not enough time. You get in there and you meet all these people and you be like, okay, I want to know that person. I want to get to know that person.
Mhm.
And so my time with Fleet, I did not get the opportunity to meet everyone I wanted to meet.
Gotcha.
I came in and but I was in the middle of really getting this together too. So,
Absolutely.
it's sort of overwhelming when you're starting, trying to get your business up, as you know. And
Mhm.
so, but, I still try to stay in contact as much as I can with everyone because everyone was amazing. And,
Mhm.
I'm not gone. Like I told them, I'm just kind of, doing what I need to do to take care of home first, type thing.
As you should. Never
Right.
allow your brand to be swallowed up by somebody else's. That's business
Exactly.
101.
Exactly. So, but everyone's so sweet. Everyone, kind of embraced me. I just love the Virginia team. They really were, they really were there. We really was making it happen. So,
It's beautiful.
anyway, I love that. And so the fact that we can still connect and we can still network, and I'm still on Fly Radio, so that helps.
Yay. Shout out to Two Fly Radio. Shout out to
Right.
Pink Diamond holding it down as a program director.
All right.
Mhm.
And so, anyway, it's pretty cool. So now tell people, so what are you looking for? Are you looking for more customers or what are you actually looking for? What can we do to help you?
Well, I'm always looking for new customers. It is not just to build the brand, but it's a partnership. The brand
Mhm.
is to literally help other people flex their brand and flex their business. I want to see you shine. I want to see you soar. And our company is here to help you do that. From like you say, you do graphic designs, we do graphic designs, and we do EPKs, one sheets, bios, we do all the types of things for people. We do graphics, we do t-shirts, we do designs, logos, like everything
Mhm.
you may
Yeah.
need to help your business soar. All you got to do is just contact us and communicate with us and let us know what's up and see how we can help you when it comes to the radio show. For people who just want to tell their story or sell their products, contact us. And like I said, if you're looking for merch, contact us. If you're looking for a good read as a journalist, I do write for publications about looking at things from a different perspective. I have the
Mhm.
Quest Files and the Quest Chronicles, love, life, and music, and from different perspectives, because you may look at something in a negative way and I can show you how to look at it in a positive way. Sometimes if you
Nice.
change your mindset, life probably wouldn't be as hard as you think It
Right.
is. It's all about changing your mindset in a positive way. I have a lot of stuff coming up and on the horizon. I just tell people, just follow me. Let me know that you still see me. Everything is moving so fast. I don't want to get lost in a shuffle. I am a rare breed. I am one of one. I'm one of a kind. I can actually help in many ways. So if you see me, let me know you see me on social media. A like, a follow, a share, a comment. It goes a long way, especially
It
in
does.
today's climate.
Yeah, it does.
So
It
drop
really
me a smiley
does.
face. Tell me that you see me.
Well, tell people how they can get in contact with you.
Absolutely. Once again, you can follow me on all social media platforms at TQuestGLM, and you can download your TQuest mobile app in your Google Play Store and your App Store, and you can find everything in the world of GLM, including our radio network, the GLM Radio Network, with Gotta Love Me Radio, and of course WQRB R&B Radio, home for all R&B lovers.
Absolutely love it. Put that announcer voice on. There you go.
I mean, if I'm gonna call myself the voice goddess, I gotta make sure I put it on.
Oh, I love it. Too funny. Okay, so before we go, give us some words of wisdom. So if we had someone, a young woman that wants to do what you're doing,
Mhm.
what advice would you give to them?
I will tell the young lady to always remember the reason why you want to do it. If money is your motivation, then in your downtimes, think about that. If you want to build a better future for yourself, then use that as your motivation. Use your love and gift as motivation. Use your passion as motivation. Use whatever you need to get through them dark days, because that's when life is going to be testing you. And you can't always
Mhm.
look to others to see you through, because there's going to be plenty of times the only person you're going to be able to rely on is yourself. Find out your happiness, find out your inner cheerleader, and remember that at the end of the day, all you have is you.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I resonate with that. I absolutely love it. Girl, you've been such a blessing. This is not the last time. I want to see you
I hope
again.
not.
Yes, whenever you got some nuggets you want to share, let's just touch bases and compare notes and make it happen.
Absolutely. And thank you so much. Thank you for having me on your platform, because I'm an
Absolutely.
advocate of everything in life is optional. So for the fact that you're allowing me to be on your platform, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're always welcome back. Just let me know.
I appreciate that.
All right. Okay, guys, that wraps up the show for today. Miss T Quest, if you need some graphic design, if you need some counseling, some anything, this girl got you. She got your back. I absolutely love this young lady. She's so sweet. She really is, and fun. So, you can't beat that. Business minded, professional, and fun. Hey, triple threat. There you go. Right here.
Hey.
Okay, T Quest, tell them bye. Bye for now, guys.
Bye.